small topic let me pick up. One is this, recently RBI has talked about a financial inclusion index. I don't know whether you have heard that. Financial inclusion index, of course. Financial inclusion index, or it is called FI index. Okay, FI index. So this is the Reserve Bank of India, RBI. Okay, RBI has come up with this financial inclusion index to capture the extent of financial inclusion in the country. Capture the extent of financial inclusion. What do you mean by financial inclusion? Financial inclusion means how many people of India are coming under the official, financial as like, how many people have banking facility, how many have Jan Dhan account, how many have able to use our UPI, how many may be getting various facilities. Okay, so that is the idea of financial inclusion, and this financial inclusion index will be published in July every year now onwards. Okay, the new thing which has started. Now every year we will be publishing in July, and it is a scale of 0 to 100. Scale of 0 to 100. So 0 means complete financial exclusion. If in a state or the country, if you say that there is a 0 is the value, means the whole state, nobody is included in the official financial system. 100 means 100% financial inclusion. 100 means 100%, 0 means no or fully excluded. So, details of banking, investment, financial inclusion is counted using the details of banking, investment, insurance, postal saving, etc., pension, etc., are taken into consideration, and it is not based on any particular base year or nothing. Okay, the cumulative, how much right now, how many people are using all these facilities right now, next year. So every year the percentage will go up, because suppose this year if it is 53%, naturally next year some more people will be added, so next year it may become 56%. So there is no particular base year to talk about, it is cumulative till now, that is what we will be talking. And this 3 broad parameters are there in the FI index. The 3 broad parameters. One, access. So in this, weightage of access is 35%. I mean, out of 100, 35% weightage is given for access. Then second is usage, 45% weightage. And number 3, quality. Quality is 20%, because quality is also very important. As in a country like India, we say, I have access to mobile phone, or I have access to internet, suppose, in a remote village. But that access is very weak, or other, or technically I have access, but even if no, no site is opening. Okay, if it is because the internet speed is so slow that if I am not able to open anything properly, so even if there is access, the quality is very poor. So 35% for access, 45% if they are using, like in many villages, in the Swachh Bharat mission, we have constructed toilets, but people are not using. So usage part is 0. So we will be considering whether it is using also, and then quality also. So all the three will be used in this financial inclusion index. And so based on this, it has been found that in March 2021, okay, this July when the whole thing came, in March 2021, the index stood at 53.9% or 53.9. That means 53.9% of India is able to use one or other facility, the financial facility. They are included in the official system with the banking account and things like that. Okay, that means it was only 43.4 in 2017. So there is almost 10 percentage point increase in financial inclusion, which is a good step. So that means even today, despite all our claim, our Jan Dhan Yojana, this, that and all, even today 46.1% of the population are excluded, financially excluded. It's not a small number. Just over 50% are using all these facilities. Almost 50% are not using. Despite the launch of Pradhan Mantri Jan Dhan Yojana and this account, that, so many schemes we have started for the unbanked sections of the society. We have done many schemes. But please remember, even the digital payment revolution we are talking, okay, everything we have done, but almost 51% or 46%, 46.1% are still financially excluded in the country. This is a matter of major concern. This is a matter of concern. Okay, the problem is when you say 46%, it doesn't look like big, but considering even the 15 plus age group, it's around 70% are 15 plus in our society. Now, if we have 139 crore people in the country, even 140, and if you are talking about 70% of 140, how much is that? 98 crores. So we have 98 crore people above the age of 15 in our country right now, and out of that, if only 50% are using official banking account, banking system, means what? Or 53%. That means only around maybe, say 53 crore using, and around how much? 44, 43, jo bhi hai, 44 crore not using. So it's a huge number for a country like India. When we say only 46.1% are not using or financially excluded, the actual number is too large. It is 44 crore people means 440 million people. This is more than the population of USA, the third largest country in the world. They are excluded from the financial system of the country. So that's not a small number. That's what I'm saying. It's a major concern. We have digital Aadhaar facility. We have Jan Dhan Yojana. Okay. We have proliferation of mobile phone. We are saying India has the largest number of mobile phones in the world. Everything is fine. Even the mobile payment system we have started. Even then, we have a long way to go. Okay. Whatever achieved, very good. We need to achieve much more. In fact, if you look at the progress report on the basic saving account, a couple of points I would like to add here. If you look at 2010 and 2020, December 2010 and December 2020, it is found that saving accounts, basic saving account, like Jan Dhan Yojana type, it was 73.5 million. This has increased to 649 million or 650 million. basic saving bank accounts from 73 to 650. It's a huge jump, no doubt. Similarly, the banking outlets in villages, banking outlets, even a small facility, banking outlets in villages, it was just 68,000 in 2010. It has gone up to 13 lakh. This is the banking outlets in villages. Definitely, there is massive improvement, no doubt. But even then, bottom line is only 54% or 53.9% are able to get access, or only they are included in the financial system. So this is something quite concerning. Okay, so that is what exactly we are talking about, this financial inclusion index. Okay, now let us talk about another topic. So they have started this new index. So first time it was introduced this year. So every year it will come up with the index now. Okay, and these were the criteria used.